Be seated just for a moment, would you? Just a moment, Pastor Jay is going to come and we're going to honor our graduates from the Gate Church and from Kings Gate. Thank you so much for being here today. This means a ton. Just your support of people that are here means an incredible amount. For all of you that are online today, thank you for being a part. Don't leave if you're online. Don't leave yet, because we got a couple of things that are really, really important. One of the things that we recognize is that Gate Student Ministries is an incredible part of us continuing to say yes to our future. A couple of years ago, Josh and, y'all can stand up. You don't have to sit down. Josh and Lindsay had led our Cave Gate Student Ministries for a decade. It was incredible what they did. During that time, we had numbers of people, even like Chris and others, that were born again because of the ministries of things that happened, and we were grateful. But we recognized a shift was coming in their life, and we began to talk about what that next would look like. Of course, Lindsay heads our To The Beat studios. And so for the time when they stepped aside, I asked Jordan and Holly if they would just take leadership of it, and they were willing to do that until we found that God had put his hand on somebody else to be the next Gate student leaders, pastors, and see what that would look like. And we felt earlier this year, we began to pray into that and believe that the time had come for that to happen. All of a sudden the pandemic came, but we didn't quit praying into what we were believing we were needed to do. So we had conversations and prayer times, and we made an appeal, and it was accepted joyfully. And I want Songo and Shade to come. They're getting ready to be our next Gate Student Ministries pastors and leaders. Come on, guys. You guys come. At the church. They are an incredible couple. You can be seated for just a minute. And we're going to lay hands on them and pray in July. They just had a baby a couple of weeks ago, and we were recognizing that we didn't want to throw this right on them. So we give them until August. They're going to take that role the 1st of August. But we wanted to announce it because during the summer, certain things are going to happen for that transition to begin to happen. And I'm excited about the future. I remember the day that Songo walked into a room where I had about 10 or 12 young men and just said, I want to spend some time with you. And God really impacted his life in an incredible way. I'm going to give you guys a mic and let you take about 2 minutes and just say something, okay?
First of all, I just want to thank Bishop. Like he said, I don't know how long ago that was, but I walked into his office, and as you guys know from a few minutes ago, I was a heathen. So, but he still, he had 10 or 12 of us, just like he said, and the words that he was saying, the wisdom that he was giving, the books that he was giving, really, changed my life, transformed my life. And ever since then, it's just been God continually showing and revealing what his will is for our lives. And we're thankful, we're excited. Pastor Jordan, Pastor Holly did such a great job of really just laying the foundation for us, so we are able to walk into something that's really already established. And as friends, I just want to thank them. Like they've helped us so much. And I think that's what I have to say right now. But I'm excited. I'm really excited.
I feel like you took my words, so I don't have much else to say. I'm just honored that we got to, serve you guys and be beside you guys, and you guys really did set a foundation and blueprint, and we're so thankful for that. And that's honestly all I have to say. And we're excited and thankful, and it's a privilege.
Yeah, we love you guys. Love you too. Pastor Jordan, Pastor Holly are going to continue to walk with them during this transitional time, and Pastor Jordan and Pastor Holly have been heading our pastoral part of the church, plus carrying this responsibility. And now with Healing of the Heart, LTS, and other things that are happening, it's just accelerating to a whole nother level. So we free them up to do some things that are much needed to be done at our house. And so I think they'll be happy to not be carrying 2 or 3 different things. I asked Jordan this morning, I said, are you ready for this? He said, I was ready 8 months ago if you'd have done this. So we just, one more time, would you let Songo and Shade know we love them? We'll be ordaining them in July, and it's going to be a great time. You guys stay right up here because you're getting ready to help me with the things. We talked to you about the fact that Josh and Lindsay had been talking about the next part of their life and what that looked like. And, of course, they are my kids, and so I prayed with them and probably was more difficult on them than I would be on most people. And they love me for it. Right? Yeah. Hey, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But we started talking last year about the fact that they really believed that the season had come for them to pastor a church. I felt like that season had come as well, and so we began to pray into what that would look like. And they will be launching a church in Edmond called The Way. It'll be a part of our Gate Church family of churches. It'll be a part of our network, and we will be sending a launch team from here with them to launch and to expand our influence and our reach. And we're grateful for what God is doing in their life. And so I just want to pronounce, come on over here. I want to, Lindsay is going to stay as the director of our To The Beat Creative Arts Studio and continue to work here with us on campus. As of July, Pastor Josh will begin to put all of his emphasis on their new church. And they will begin to have interest meetings towards the end of July. We'll have a couple special meetings we secured the building this past week and got it secure. It's up on Kelly, and right, Kelly, right? Yeah, it's on Kelly, and God supernaturally provided that for us in an amazing way. It was an older church that had no longer was moving or functioning, and we were able to obtain that. It was amazing. Josh found that. And so we're ready for them. There's some work to be done. We'll have some work teams that will go help them do some things. And then the launch of the church will be right at September. So it's going to be a great time for the Gate Church here because we get to see ourselves multiply. Our sons and our daughters are going to begin to prophesy. So can I present to you Pastor Josh and Pastor Lindsay, the founders of The Way Church in Edmond, Oklahoma.
Oh, boy. I told Bishop I didn't want to say anything. Unless you come to church, or maybe let me say it this way, unless you've been in church for a while, it's hard to appreciate and value what we get to be a part of on a weekly basis here. The depth, the sincerity, the passion, the expression, the leadership, it is par none. And so would you guys just stand with me and let's honor the leaders of the Gate Church and Pastor Kathy and Bishop Miller. Come on. Now you just did what I call a courtesy clap. I said let's honor. We got some of the best leaders in America. Thank you, Bishop, Pastor Kathy. I love y'all. We've really been on this journey for about 2 years now. And Bishop approached us and said, I think you guys are supposed to be really doing something else and doing something more. And I'm grateful for a leader that can see things in you that you don't really even see in yourself. And out of that, my wife and I just went into a time of prayer. And I'll be honest with you, this hadn't been the easiest decision for us to make, even just thinking about being pastors of a church. I've always said, if you put me in a parking lot, I'm fine. Put me with kids, man, I'll work in the facilities, I'll paint. I don't know if I'm called to be a pastor. But God has a way of changing your heart, doesn't he? And everything I've learned in the past 15 years, I've learned from here. Anything about leadership, anything about team development, loving people, doing small things in a big way. Giving of yourself. Finding out that working for a church, you really don't have an off day. Especially if you're family. I'm a Native American Indian from John Station, North Carolina. I got about 50 people in my little community. And in 2005, God took my life and he minted it to you guys. And I say 13 countries later, look at what the goodness of God has done. And so everything that God's going to send from Edmond is solely because of his faithfulness and what God has done through the Gate Church and this whole team. And so I'm just honored to be a small part of what God's doing in this city, and to continue just to lock arms and to continually shout aloud, Bishop, the seeds that you and Pastor Kathy and the Gate Church have put in us. So it's an honor. It's an honor, sir. I love you. Love you, love you, love you.
No, I don't do well on the spot. I get all nervous and stuff. But no, I'm very grateful to and honor my parents today. I do honor them as the bishops of this house. I've learned so much. I've grown so much. Thank goodness they fired me probably 17 times, and they took me back each time. I deserved every last one of those firings. I'm not going to even lie. So I'm thankful I've grown. I am who I am because of them, and so I appreciate them today. This is home. And you're our family, and we're thankful that you're letting us extend our arms as another extension of the family. And we appreciate that. We love you.
Praise the Lord.